Jay Cooper here, formerly Benjamin J. Cooper. This is my second video in regarding to traveling, working in Asia, my experiences and some of my tips. So when I went to Vietnam in 2004 to visit my father who was working there as an engineer, I went to Hanoi. Obviously staying with my father was cheaper, and also I had a friend come with me, his name is Jason, and I found the food is very cheap. Like the food is like super cheap back then in 2004. Like you can get a meal for $1, but in generally it would be like $3 to $5 generally. The alcohol and everything else is very cheap too. The fruit drinks and fruit is very cheap. You can get a one big giant bread roll for about 80 cents. They have lots of movies and other things you can purchase, clothing. The currency was very cheap back then. And basically, they carried mainly notes around in bags, like big notes, or just a card. But a lot of people only took notes and cash back then. So I've been to a lot of places, like a lot of different clubs and different areas around there on motorbike and on foot and on taxi. I did get the bird flu, so you have to look out for that. Almost I got sick, but it wasn't the bird flu, it wasn't the avian flu. So I was going to go to a bigger city with my friend, but we didn't go because they had the bird flu, avian flu outbreak at that time for the first time. But traveling between there and Thailand on the plane was okay. It was like, it did take a while. Like it's not like 1 hour, like flying Manila to Thailand or something like that. It does take more than 3 or 4 hours, like it takes longer. But it's not bad. I mean, the airport at Hanoi is quite big when I went to 2004, but it's not that many English speakers. There is some. Sometimes you can walk out the front to get a cab straight away. Technically, you're supposed to do that. Some people might try and call a cab at the hotel that you're going to. Technically, well, you'll need to know what hotel you're going to, even if they can find it. It helps to know which hotel you're going to. And it's one of the stricter governments. But there's plenty of cheaper activities they do. When I went there was curfews at midnight, and people were supposed to go home by midnight. So one night I got home after midnight, and there was a man in the street with an M16 machine gun, and he told me I have to go home because it's a curfew. Now it's probably different because it's been quite a long time, like being 20 years now, 20 years ago. It's developed a lot more now. There's a lot of people who have created wealth around there who've got penthouses and high-rise units. Back then were very cheap. And a lot more modern, and a lot of Vietnamese have moved to Brisbane, Australia. Yeah, it's the same thing as Thailand. It's very cheap, and now it's being more developed. Malaysia is slowly being developed. So it's very similar. But in 2004, it cost me $4,500 to go to Bangkok, to Vietnam, to Bangkok and back home, which we spent about 2 weeks or 2.4 weeks away. And in an average job in Australia back then, it could take you 8 months to save that money if you're paying rent in 2004. Like if you're not a manager, if you're under a management level, it could take you like 6 or 8 months to save that money. So I was not paying accommodation in Vietnam, as I mentioned, but I did pay it in Thailand. And I did have a suit made in Thailand as well, but mainly the spend was on socializing and meals outside the hotel. So the hotel I stayed in Vietnam and had breakfast as part of the hotel. So some things are free, like the drink, like a basic breakfast, like some toast and juice or fruit. But if you want more than that, sometimes you have to pay. So like $22, $8, like a decent big breakfast. Closer on to the $3 end. In 2004, $3 Australian. Yes, I mean, Hanoi it does have a bit of pollution, but it's not nearly as bad as Vietnam. Some other areas, but the slummy areas, which I didn't go to. But Hanoi is cleaner than Manila. Most of Manila at the time that I went there. Manila's much more dirty. Some parts of Manila you'll need a face mask to cover your face. In Philippines, you know, like not just from if you're riding a motorbike, but just the pollution level is so high. And you'll need to take vitamin C tablets, which they sell in the 7-Elevens, places like Rizal in Philippines, near Manila. Even Paranaque, which is not far from Mall of Asia, which is a very clean Paranaque, is still a little bit smelly. The hotels are very smelly. There's a lot of rubbish around the hotels. They have a lot of septic water on the ground, and the septic systems and their rubbish removal systems. Like they don't have garbage trucks in a lot of areas of Manila yet. And they're only just starting to build like better hotels now, like beach style hotels, like new hotels, like man-made beaches in Manila. And eventually they'll start to clean up the place, but it's still got a lot of problems in Manila, which makes it really slummy. So that's another tip on the videos: when you're traveling, to bring face masks, vitamin C tablets. If you need them, we'll know where to buy them, like 7-Elevens. Even those vitamin C energy drinks that they take. That can make a really big difference if you get asthma or if you get sick from pollution. You have to know about those things. And take, like things for sanitizing water, like sanitation tablets, and try and stick to bottled water if you can, because a lot of the water is not clean in those places.